Very cheerful and blessed morning, dear students. Today we will continue with the last topic of this chapter, Constitution Why and How. The topic is Preamble to the Constitution of India. Now, what is preamble? Preamble to the Constitution is an introductory part of Constitution. It is like an introduction to the Constitution which enables the people to assess and evaluate the performance of government in the light of objectives laid down into the preamble. So it means preamble is very essential that every written constitution should possess a preamble because preamble contains the basic ideas and philosophical ideas of a constitution. Preamble is like an introductory mirror to the spirit of constitution. So Indian constitution also begins with the preamble. Basically the main thing is that preamble is an introductory mirror and soul of Indian constitution, and every constitution must possess a preamble. You go for window shopping and from there you see that in this shop what type of material or will be there or will it suit your taste or not. So from preamble, anyone who can read preamble will come to know what type of government this country possess. So preamble is basically an introductory part of constitution. Then it is like a window through which we peep into the intentions of the makers of the constitution. Preamble also serve the purpose of a window. Like from there you will come to know what type of ideas or ideology the intentions of the makers of the constitution were having that time. It enables the people to assess and evaluate the performance of the government also in the light of the objectives laid down in the preamble. Okay, what are the objectives of the preamble? According to that, whether the government is performing or not. So it is like an introduction to the constitution, that is called preamble. So preamble begins with the phrase we the people. So from here only we come to know that here the feeling of oneness is there. So it means that government is based on the consent of the people, and with the object of the constitution is that all the citizens of India should get justice in every sphere of life. Moreover, in the preamble, the idea of achieving political justice for all, it is to be worth mentioning. And moreover, if we know the nature of state according to the preamble, that is India is a sovereign state, India is a democratic state, India is a secular state, India is a socialist state, and India is a republic. That is most important. Means in India the hereditary ruler is not there, rather the ruler is elected. So the head is elected. Our preamble, it starts with we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So must note down that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic country, and to secure to all its citizens, what should the citizens will get? Justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. You have right to worship, you believe anyone, you can have your own faith, and you have liberty of thought, expression, and moreover you get social, economic and political justice. So equality of status, when we talk about, it means equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all, like everyone must get equality of status and opportunity of anything to develop their own personality and to do any profession or anything. Fraternity, it means brotherhood, assure the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. So in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt enact and give to ourselves this constitution. So, preamble basically it enables the people to assess and evaluate the performance of the government in the light of the objectives laid down in the preamble. And what preamble says? That we are sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So, India is a sovereign state. India has attained a full status of independent statehood. India is no longer under any foreign power. India is free to conduct her internal and external affairs as she deems to. Then India is a democratic state. The ultimate source of political and constitutional authority in India is vested with the people. It means India is a democratic state means here people they have political right and constitutional authority is also in the hands of people. Elections are held on regular intervals and they are on the basis of adult franchise. Equality is the basic principle of a democratic form of government that everyone is equal in the eyes of law. Citizens of India enjoy the justifiable fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are granted to every citizen, whosoever is citizen of India, irrespective of their caste, color, creed, or anything. Then rule of law. It is an essential and important feature of Indian democratic state. So all these features make India as a democratic state. Then India as a republic. Republic means here the ruler is not a hereditary. The head of the state is the President of India and he is elected by the Electoral College of Parliament and state assemblies after every 5 years. Means there is no rule of hereditary ruler. King's son cannot be king. Here the head of the state is the President of India and he is an elected representative. He is elected by the Electoral College of Parliament. So, dear students, now we will continue with the other topic of this chapter, that is constitution as a living document. In our next video we will be discussing that topic, and before that you will be provided with the notes of this chapter so that you have complete notes in your hand that you can study hard. Have a nice day. Stay blessed. Thank you very much.